Hello guys, this is the AG Battler, and I am pleased to announce that the Edmonton Oil Karps will be returning to the Draft League format on YouTube for the DPA Season 1. In this video, I hope to go over my draft picks, why I picked them, and how they suit the team. So, without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Hey guys, it's the AG Battler bringing you guys my first pick for DPA. It is Clefable. Now, Clefable is a fairy type, S rank and OU, so as you can see here as we are on Smogon, it resists these ones, weak to those, immune to Dragon. Overall, in Gen 6, fairies are the most overpowered thing ever. And Clefable has decent stats, two great abilities to back it up. And then there's a few sets, although since this is League, I'm probably not going to run them. It can Calm Mind, it's a good rock setter. It can Heal Bell, can set up, it's a cleric. There's not much reason to go against Clefable. It can T-Wave, A Toxic. It's just a really good wall, and I saw no reason why Clefable should not have been my tier 1 pick. For the second pick and the tier 2 pick, I chose Straptor. Now this brave bird is two things. It uses Brave Bird or Double Edge and kills something. It's tier 2. As you can see, there's nothing really else I can run except for Choice Bandit or Choice Scarf. Yeah, I can Final Gambit, Close Combat, Double Edge, Quick Attack, U-Turn around. It's great for just killing things, which is basically its job. It gets Close Combat, Brave Bird, Double Edge, U-Turn, Quick Attack. This thing is not meant to take hit. It's going to go in, kill a few stuff, and die. That's its job. And it does that job incredibly well. It's a really good way for tier 2. If I can get Clefable to pass it some wishes, I will, to preserve it a bit and help it kill some even more stuff before dying. For my third pick, I was looking at base 100s all across the board, because those are very good in League format, as they are very versatile because they have base 100 all across the board. So I looked at Mew, however that was taken first overall, and Victini was taken early too. Both Jirachi and Manaphy were taken early, so that left me with Celebi and Shaman. I chose Celebi over Shaman just because it's more versatile and it gives me natural cure, although Shaman would do the same thing. And it has a bunch of sets like Nasty Plot, Baton Pass. It can set up rocks. It can Swords Dance. Yeah, it can just Thunder Wave. It can wall things. It can be an attacker. It can be support. It can do so many things. It can even run some Hypnosis Dream Eater shenanigans. It gets huge amounts of coverage, and then it goes down a bit more. It can Swords Down sweep. It can Nasty Plot sweep. It can U-turn around. There's really no way to go wrong with this Pokemon, and it can Healing Wish. It's a cleric. There's nothing wrong with the Celebi. I really like it. The one bad thing is it's quad weak to bug, but looking at my last two Pokemon, I didn't see that as much of an issue. For my fourth pick, I chose Starmie. Now, Starmie is a good start, along with Celebi, for my Fire water grass core. It's really fast, has decent special attack. It can spin. It gets analytic and natural cure, two really good abilities. It gets Scald, which is the most broken move in the game. It blocks Thunder Wave. It gets a huge amount of viability. Ice Beam, Dazzling Gleam, Scald, Psychic, Energy, or Grass Knot, Power Gem. So many things you can run on this. And my team kind of needed a spinner, and it provides a good natural cure core with Celebi, along with whatever else I want to pair up with Celebi later. There's not much wrong with Starmie, and I think it's a good tier 1 Pokemon. For my 5th pick, I chose Mega Aggron. Just look at that defense stat and tell me that that's bad. Mega Aggron, it's really fat, hits hard. It's a bit slow, but I have plans for that later. It's a huge tank, like really big. It really helps with my Fairy Steel Dragon Core. It's Stealth Rocks, Avalanche, Thunder Wave, lots of things I can run on it. But obviously the main thing is its bulk. It can increase its speed with Rock Polish or Automatize. It can heal up with Rest. It can attack with Counter or Curse. Set up with Curse. Earthquake, Heavy Slam. Not much can really touch it except for special attackers. And not only that, it was tier 2 Mega, which gave me 40 extra points to spend on something else that I would want. So, and like it gets ice coverage, ground coverage, rock coverage, fighting coverage, gets a bit of dragon stuff, fire, steel obviously, rock, even bug. Yeah, there's not much. And I can like roar out potential setup mons to stop them from getting too high. Yeah, Mega Aggron is just a really good pick in this format. For this Pokemon, I know I picked it too early. Fracture, tier 5. Yes, it was a good tier 5 Pokemon. Yes, it's a decent setup sweeper that has Mold Breaker. Yes, I can run Eviolite to increase some bulk, but honestly, nothing I can really do with it. Aside from Dragon Dance, I'm okay with it. Don't get me wrong. I wanted this or ish. But I picked it too early. I liked it and it's a really good Dragon Dance sweeper for what it is. It completes my Dragon Fairy Steel core, but I know I picked it too early, which is shame on me, but other than that, it's a pretty good Pokemon. I can Sword Stand sweep with it. It gets Taunt, Outrage stuff. It can Aerial Ace. Assurance is good on it. Dragon Claw, Outrage. I can run Lumbary. But yes, I know I picked this up too early. It's just what I wanted was Haxorus, but that got sniped from me, so I was kind of looking for his stuff, rushing my pick, and I ended up grabbing the Fracture way before I should have. Next, we have another spinner in the name of Hitmontop. Hitmontop was a tier 4 pick, as decent attack, really good special defense, which is something I like. Obviously, I'm not going to run it as a special attacker, but it has two good abilities in Intimidate and Technician. Um, it's a spinner. It can Foresight, Toxic, Close Combat. It's kind of one-dimensional, but meh. It gets Earthquake. It can try and sweep with like agility, although it's mainly going to be for support. It gets Bulk Up, which is basically a better curse. Can fake out stuff. Um, but yeah, I mainly just drafted this for Intimidate and Spin. Nothing else really. Most of the time, I'm going to be using Starmie. I might free agent this thing sometimes during this season, but you never know. So yeah, that's why I drafted Hitmontop, because of the spin. For this pick, I picked Rose Raid. It's a good grass type, has really good special attack, decent speed. It can set up toxic spikes or spikes, sludge bomb. It has some good stabs, puts stuff to sleep. It has good abilities too, like natural cure and technician, because I needed some more natural cure users. It's poison type, so that means I can run black sludge. Uh, can slow stuff down. Doesn't get Thunder Wave, I don't think, which is unfortunate. But yeah, this thing is mainly going to be Hazard Stacker, or just going to hit hard and hope for the best. It can even pull off a small physical sweep with Sword Stance and Seed Bomb, and I think that's like, oh, and Poison Jab. See, it gets, and we can even run some sort of natural gift thing. See, it gets enough moves. I have noticed that, with the exception of Staraptor, Starmie, and Celebi, my team seems to be fairly slow. We plan on fixing that with this next pick, Aria. Aria is basically just one thing: sticky webs and toxic spikes. That's not that good to have, but it gets Sucker Punch, which is nice. It's mainly going to be there for leading. It doesn't get put to sleep, and yeah, it's honestly just going to be there for setting up either toxic spikes and or sticky webs, depending on what I bring. It Other than that, what can it do? Agility, baton pass, and yeah, that's all. It's just going to be there for using the sticky webs and toxic spikes. That's all I'm drafted Ariados for. But hey, my team is slow, so it will definitely benefit from this. For my second last pick, I believe, I chose Dharmana. Dharmana is basically just breaking every single wall that ever existed. I can run Zen mode, even though I'm not going to. But other than that, it's going to be either Choice Scarf if I don't have webs, or Choice Banded if I either outspeed most of the things on his team, or I just want to run Choice Banded. Or maybe I want to run Life Orb. Anyways, this thing destroys most walls. Like Flare Blitz, U-turn, it can like Earthquake stuff. It can go and it's weak to rocks, but I have two spinners. And technically a defog and Straptor, even though, let's be honest, I'm never running defog on Straptor. Gets rock slide, it breaks walls. It can it can set up with either belly drum, summon, then Salak Berry or something like bulk up. It can slow things down with bulldoze. Um, it gets the neat trick in Encore, so This thing is actually more versatile than I thought when I drafted it. If like I want to run something really slow and I'm going up against something really fast, I can run Gyro Ball. Get stuff like I don't know, can payback. Gets a bunch of raw coverage, which doesn't really make much sense since it's a fire, since it's a pure fire type. But it gets stuff like Willow. It can U-turn around with Straptor, and if I get webs up, this thing can sweep entire teams. So yeah, Dharmana 10 is just a really good choice, really good in league format, and I'm really excited to go use it. For my last pick, I chose regular Sableye. This thing is basically Prankster, Taunt, Prankster, Will-O-Wisp, Prankster, Recover, Prankster, Dark Pulse, Prankster Sub, Prankster, whatever it feels like. And then it can like help do stuff like Snarl and Calm Mind to keep things in check. This thing is just Prankster everything. Its only weakness is Fairy, and I think there were a few magic balancers drafted, but most things it can use. I don't know, it can Will-O-Wisp, and then it can use Confused Ray to get rid of things. I think that since this is GBA, it gets to use Swagger, which is nice. It gets Fake Out, but obviously I'm going to be using Prankster, Will-O-Wisps, and Prankster Recovers. It's just going to use 95% of the time. It's going to click a non-damaging move. So because of this, it can spin block, and it doesn't really benefit from webs that much, but not everything needs to benefit from webs. So anyways, that's my draft. A few things I would like to go over before ending this video. One is my Fire Water Grass core, which is Celebi or Rose Raid, Dharmana and Starmie. Celebi or Rose Raid, they're weak to Bug, which is checked by Dharmana. Flying isn't really checked by much, but Fire is checked by Water. And Poison and Rose Raid isn't even that weak to Poison. Dharmana is weak to Ground, Rock, and Water, which are all checked by Grass, as well as Rocking Ground being checked by Water. Starmie is weak to Bug, which is checked by Dharmana, Grass, Ass, which is checked by Dharmana, and Electric, which can't do much to grass types. So I hope to do well with this Fire Water Grass core. Let's move on to the Fairy Dragon Steel core. For my Fairy Steel Dragon core, I chose Clefable, Mega Aggron, and Fracture. Clefable is the only S-rank Pokemon at OU, and it is very, very defensive with two great abilities, as I mentioned earlier. Its weaknesses are Poison and Steel, both of which are covered by Mega Aggron. Mega Aggron is weak to Ground, which this core does not cover, as well as Fire, which is covered by Fracture, and Fighting, which is covered by Clefable. Fracture is weak to Ice and Fairy, which are both covered by Mega Aggron. I hope to use this core efficiently. With Eviolite, Fracture can get quite bulky, and the other two are naturally bulky, so it'll be exciting to use this core. And thanks for watching my core section. Next, we're going to move on to hazard control. Now for the last part, hazard control. Obviously, hazards are a big part of competitive Pokemon, so we figured we could use a bit of them on our team. Stealth Rocks is the most common one, as we have 3 Stealth Rock users in Clefable, Mega Aggron, and Celebi. All of these are great options to put Stealth Rocks in, and I'm probably going to use all of them. We only have 1 Spike Setter and Rose Raid. Rose Raid, I'm not sure if I'm going to put spikes on. I might, but I might just stick with. But if I'm going to put hazards on it, it's probably going to be toxic spikes. Going into toxic spikes, we have 2 toxic spike setters in Rose Raid and Ariados. I drafted Ariados because of hazards, and it can set up hazards really well. It might not come every week, but the weeks I do, it's going to be bringing toxic spikes and sticky webs. Sticky webs slow down the opponent's Pokemon, which will really help me in outspeeding things and breaking them down with Straptor and Dharmana. For hazard removal, I have Staraptor's default, which I'm never going to run on Staraptor. I just put it there because I could. For rapid spinners, we have Starmie, which is the best spinner in the game, and Hitmontop. If I need spin, I'm going to be bringing Starmie the 95% of the time. The only reason I'll bring Hitmontop is if I can't afford to put spin on Starmie, or it has a really bad matchup, or I need Intimidate off. For spin blockers, I just have Sableye. A spin blocker is something that does not let the opponent get their hazards off using rapid spin. Sableye can also taunt to prevent defog. Thank you for watching my draft analysis and making it through to the end. I hope to see you sometimes during the regular season. Bye.